Good afternoon, students. Today we continue our chapter 13, Motion and Time. Today we study measurement of time. In measurement of time, we study about unit of time. Okay. Unit of time. So, the standard unit of measuring time is second. Okay, we know that the standard unit of time is second, and this is represented by the small s. Okay, okay. The standard unit of measuring time is second, and is written as small s. Okay, and the larger units of the time are minutes and hours. Okay, okay. The standard unit of time is second. This is the smallest unit, and this is represented by the smallest. And the larger units of the time are minutes and hours, written as minutes and hours. Okay, is that clear? There are some units and their convergence of the time. Okay, so we see. Okay, we know that 60 seconds equal to 1 minute. Okay, 60 seconds equal to 1 minute and 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. Okay, 60 minutes equal to 1 hour and 24 hours equal to 1 day. Okay, is that clear? 24 hours equal to 1 day and 30 days. Okay, and 30 days equal to 1 month. Is that clear? 30 days equal to 1 month. Okay, and 12 month equal to 1 year. Okay, 12 month equal to 1 year. Is that clear? 12 months equal to 1 year and 10 years equal to 1 decade. 10 years equal to 1 decade and 10 decades 10 decades means 100 years. Okay, so 100 years or we can say 10 years equal to 1 century. Okay, 100 years or we can say 10 decade equal to 1 centuries. 1 century and 1000 year or we can say 10 centuries equal to 1 millennium. Okay, 1 millennium. Is that clear? These are some units of the time also and their conversion. Okay, is that clear? Now we understand what is speed. Okay. speed. Speed, basically, speed of a moving object is the distance. Okay, is the distance traveled, is the distance traveled by it. Okay, speed क्या है? Distance. Okay, okay, so okay, so speed of a moving object is the distance traveled by it in a unit time. So by this we get the formula of the speed. So what speed equal to distance traveled. Okay, so distance traveled by it in a unit time. So we can say speed equal to distance traveled by time taken. Okay. This is the formula of the speed. Okay. By this we get, yeah, we find out the speed of the vehicle. Okay. Suppose a car travels a distance of 240 kilometers. Okay, 240 kilometers in 4 hours. Okay, so here distance is 240 kilometer and time is 4 hours. So by this we find out the speed. So speed equal to क्या हो जाएगा? Distance. D represent distance and T represent time. Okay. So 240 kilometers divided by 4 hours. Is that clear? Okay. This is, so speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Understand? Okay. Now we understand unit of the speed. unit of the speed. So the standard unit of the distance, we know that the standard unit of the distance is meter. Okay, and this is represented by the small m, and the time is second. The standard unit of the time is second, and this is represented by the small s. Okay, so the standard unit of the speed is what happened? Meter per second. Okay, here the standard unit of distance is meter, which is represented by the small m, and time is second. So the standard unit of speed is meter per second. Is that clear? Now we understand measuring instrument. Okay. Measuring instrument, that is speedometer and odometer. Okay, measuring instrument for speed in a vehicle is speedometer and odometer. Okay, we see these instruments in vehicles as motor, cycle, okay, car, ओके, जितने भी हैं उन सब में आप इसको देख सकते हैं. सो हाउ दे वर्क एंड ओके, हाउ दे वर्क एंड व्हाट दे ऑब्जर्व. ओके, we understand it. So first we understand about speedometer. Speedometer. Speedometer is an instrument on a vehicle डैशबोर्ड विच इंडिकेट्स द स्पीड, क्या बताता है, हमें स्पीड बताता है ऑफ द व्हीकल. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? Okay, so speedometer is an instrument है which indicates, बताता है हमें क्या, speed of the vehicle at that instant time, उस समय. Okay, in kilometers per hour. Okay, kilometers per hour. Is that clear? Now we see odometer. Odometers indicates distance. Okay, ये हमें क्या बताता है, डिस्टेंस के बारे में बताता है. Odometer is an instrument, okay, which shows, बताता है distance. Okay, distance traveled by the vehicle in kilometer में. Okay, kilometer. This is shortly represented by the here. Okay. Now we understand what is uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay. uniform and non-uniform motion. Uniform means एक सा, है ना, यानी in this case speed will be constant. Okay, speed कैसे होगी, constant होगी. And non-uniform motion, in this case the speed will be changing. Speed क्या है, change होती रहेगी, change होगी. Speed change means changing speed. Okay, or we can say not constant speed. Okay, so first we understand uniform motion. If an object moving along a straight line, okay, along a straight line path, it's said to be have uniform motion if its speed remains constant. Okay, speed क्या है, constant रहती है. Okay, so हम क्या कह सकते हैं, that is uniform motion. So, an object, if any object moving along a straight line, moving along a straight line path, it's said to have a uniform motion if its speed, okay, speed remains constant. ओके, यदि उस व्हीकल की स्पीड कांस्टेंट है तो क्या होगा, दैट इज यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. ओके, बिकॉज बाय दिस मोशन वी गेट ए स्ट्रेट लाइन इन ग्राफ. ओके, नाउ वी सी इन ग्राफ ऑल्सो. सेकेंड इज नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. Non-uniform motion Non-uniform motion means if an object moving along a straight line path, but okay, it's said to be have non-uniform motion when its speed keeps changing. Okay, its speed keeps changing. Speed उसकी क्या है, बदलती रहे, कभी स्लो कभी फास्ट, then it we can say that this is non-uniform motion. At this condition, it does not remains constant. It means speed. Okay, speed. Speed does not remains constant. Okay, so this is non-uniform motion. Now we see distance time graph. Okay, distance time graph. Distance time graph is, it shows how the distance traveled by a moving object changes with time. Okay. So, a distance time graph shows how the distance traveled by a moving object, okay, changes with time. This is known as distance time graph, and this is the definition of the distance time graph. We know that graphs are generally plotted on the graph paper, okay, and so we don't have graph paper, but we make some graphs. Okay, let us now we learn to make a distance time graph. Distance time graph is also known as line graph of a for the given data. Okay, suppose this is given data. Okay, for this we have to make graph. So how we make graph and which type of graph comes? Uh, let's see. First, in graph paper, we make two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, suppose this is O and this is x axis and this is y axis. Okay, this represent time. Okay, in graph paper, first we make x-axis and y-axis, then label this is this is time in minutes and this is distance in kilometer. Now mention all the data which are given. This is 0, then 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then same as 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so first is 0, that is 0. Then second, 1 minute, in 1 minute 1 kilometer, that is 1 minute and 1 kilometer. Okay, so when we cross, that is 1 minute in 1 kilometer, 2 minutes in 2 kilometer. Okay, then 3 kilometer, then 4, then 5. Okay, so what we see here, we get a straight line because these are the cross point where these cross each other. Now, when we match these points, we get a straight line. So, this graph is known as straight line graph. Okay, and this motion is known as uniform motion because in this case speed is not changing. With 1 minute, 1 kilometer, 2 minute, 2 kilometer, 3 minute, 3 kilometer. So here we can see that speed is constant. Okay, so this is example of uniform motion also. Here, is that clear? Okay, this is a distance time graph for uniform motion. Okay, same as there are some conditions. This uniform motion. Okay, so first condition is okay. Now we understand distance time graph for various forms of motion. So first is uniform motion, and this graph represent uniform motion when speed is constant. Okay. So distance time graph for uniform motion, we know that at this situation the speed is constant. So when the distance time graph is a straight line, it indicates the object is moving at a constant speed. Okay, constant speed, object constant speed, or in uniform motion. So this graph represent uniform motion. Okay, now we see the next form, which is Okay. So distance time graph for a non-uniform motion, which is also known as changing speed motion or not equal speed motion, not constant speed motion. So at this situation, when a distance time graph is a curved line, curved, okay, curved line, it indicates that the object is moving with a non-uniform speed or a changing speed. Okay, if we get a curved line, okay, okay, this is curved line graph, and this is non, okay, non-uniform motion, okay, and this is curved line graph. This graph is known as curved line graph, okay. And at this situation, you can see that suppose in 1 minute the distance is less than 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, okay, 5. So you can see that the speed is changing here, okay. फिगर है डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ फॉर ए नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन हियर a condition also have third form is distance time graph. Okay, This is distance time graph when the object is stationary. Stationary means fixed or in rest position. So what happens? After traveling a certain distance, when a moving object stops, रुक जाता है ना? Stops, रुक जाता है, then the distance time graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis. Time जो कि नीचे होता है ना, time axis or x-axis, and the graph which is obtained is okay. This is a distance time graph when the object is stationary. Okay. Is that clear? Okay. Figure distance time graph when object is at rest. Taken distance and graph when object is at rest. Okay, here we get a straight line parallel to the time axis. This is time axis and this is parallel to the time axis. Okay, so at this way our chapter is completed now. Try to solve the question answer. Thank you.